Hello there. Welcome back. John Keating here with that 70s Card Show, looking at some emails as we wait for the intro to play itself out. Basement Tapes number 260. We've reached the 1964. When I say 64, let's add 10. We've reached the 1974 Topps baseball set. I have a complete set, a complete base set of these. It says I have 668 cards. So, as most of us know, there is one peculiarity in this set. Actually, there's a lot of peculiarities in this set. So this one, although it's not my favorite design, it sure does have a lot of quirk to it. It touches people in different ways as far as its quirkiness. So let's get over to Beckett OPG description. It says 678 total cards. So that's 18 variations there. Average value $2.81. Total value is $1,903.50. A set of these between $500 and $1,200 tells us that there's 64 rookie cards in here. And keep in mind, well, maybe we'll find out here in a second. The cards in this 660 card set measure 2.5 by 3.5 inches. This year marked the first time Topps issued all the cards of its baseball set at the same time rather than in series. Among other methods, cards were issued in 8-card, 15, it says here, cent wax packs and 42 card rack packs. The 10-cent packs were issued 36 to a box. For the first time, factory sets were issued through the J.C. Penney's catalog. Let me repeat that, folks. For the first time, factory sets were issued through the J.C. Penney's catalog. Sales were probably disappointing, for it would be several years before factory sets were issued again. Some interesting variations were created by the rumored move of the San Diego Padres to Washington. 15 cards, 13 players, the team card, and the rookie card number 599 of the Padres were printed either as San Diego SD or Washington. The latter are the scarcer variety and are denoted in the checklist below by WAS. Each team's manager and his coaches again have a combined card with small pictures of each coach below the larger photo of the team's manager. The first 6 cards in the set, 1 through 6, feature Hank Aaron and his illustrious career. Other topical subsets included in the set are league leaders 201 through 208, all-star selections 331 through 339, playoff cards 470 through 471, World Series cards 472 through 479, and rookie prospects 596 to 608. The card backs for the All-Stars 331 through 339 have no statistics but form a picture puzzle of Bobby Bonds, the 1973 All-Star Game MVP. The key rookie cards in this set are Ken Griffey Jr., Dave Parker, and Dave Winfield. I said Ken Griffey Sr., folks. All right. I'm sorry. I didn't say Jr. Parker and Winfield are full card solo cards, and Griffey obviously part of a 4-player card. That is one of the problems I have with this set is the 4-player rookie cards. We're getting past that for the most part, and then they brought it back again after quite a few years. Let me sort through this real quick. 1 through 6, Hank Aaron. Of course, the Hank Aaron is just an epic card, number 1. And then the next 5 cards, you get 4-player cards or 4 cards of each chronologically 4 years of Topps cards for Hank Aaron, which began in 54, obviously. And in this case would end in 73 for that run. So that's a great set. Maybe we'll talk about that in a second. League leader cards. I do like the league leader cards as well for this set for some reason. All-star cards, again, I like those as well. I think it's a nice touch that we put the All-Star MVP from the previous year as the puzzle back. I think that was a pretty cool little thing there. So 678 cards. Let's see who is the most valuable card in this lot here. This lot of mixed up cards. Dave Winfield rookie card. That surprises me. 100. Then the Dave Parker rookie card, and then Mike Schmidt's first solo card. So anyway, let's get over to TCDB, and I'm sure there's comments and trivia over there. So let's get to the teams. The Atlanta Braves, Baltimore Orioles, Red Sox, Angels, Cubs, White Sox, Reds, Indians, Tigers, Astros, Royals, Dodgers, Braves, Brewers, Twins, Expos, Mets, Yankees, Athletics, Phillies, Pirates, Padres, Giants, Cardinals, and Rangers. Of course, it also features Washington National League in the errors and variations. And we can see that if you haven't seen them, I don't know where you've been, and I'm sure you don't listen to me very often because I attend a certain type, or I attract a certain type of listener. But there's the old Washington National League in parentheses. Listen, why are we moving to Washington, a city that lost 2 teams in 12 years, and we're giving them more opportunities to fail? Didn't make any sense to me, but speculation was abundant in this set, obviously, with that. And that carries over to, again, the team card, and it carries over to the Dave Freisleben rookie card as well, of which there are at least 3 of them. San Diego, small, S, N, all that stuff. There's also the Bob Apodaca card that is a debacle, apparently. There's all sorts of stuff going on in this set. And one of my favorite variations here is the Jesus Alou no position card. So outfield in the corrected version, no position in the uncorrected version. So getting back to the overview, let's look at Hall of Famers in here. Too many to name here, her show, 68 of them, including the 6 Hank Aaron cards that lead us off. But we have league leaders, we have managers, we have all sorts of stuff, all-stars, lots of all-stars going on here. Let's look at an all-star card if you want. Here's Carlton Fisk and Johnny Bench. What an all-star card that is, of course. Let's get to rookies. We talked about rookies, of course, with Winfield and Griffey Sr. and Dave Parker. But did you know Elias Sosa's rookie was in here, as well as Larry Lintz's and Steve Rogers, Randy Jones, who would have a wonderful couple of years before blowing out his arm forever. Dan Dreesen is there. Ron Hodges, no, he's not Gil Hodges. LC, Larry Christensen, he's a winner from 1980 World Series. And then a host of 4-player cards from the rookie series and such. Are there inserts on this? Somebody's asking me right now. Yep, we'll get to that, the traded set, and we'll get to the team checklists as well sometime in the future. Comments, lots of them, folks. So get your little foot bath out, hit vibrate and heat, because here we go. Revac says, first baseball cards I ever bought, it was at Thrifty Drugstore. That store is long gone. It's a Panera Bread store now, but I could still picture the baseball cards and wacky packs right there under the front counter. Rush Fan 84. One must put up barriers to keep oneself intact. That's what I'm saying. Bought my first packs when I was 7 years old from the A&P grocery store in St. Charles, Missouri. Wish we could buy packs now for what they cost then. 15 cents a pack, I think. Dude, you can get that and a nice whiff of coffee at the checkout line, because they would grind your beans right there at the cash register in the A's and the P's. Rush Fan 84, not sure who this is, but I bought my cards at the same exact A&P. He's telling us what year he graduated from, St. Charles High School class of 83. So Coriolanus and Rush Fan 84 perhaps getting together at the next reunion to talk cards. Jay Kirst says, first year I collected the first packs I bought, 10 cents a pack. I think they went up to 15 cents in 75 or 76. I had no idea what the Washington National League cards were at the time, and would put a paper mask over them with San Diego Padres. Duh. The rapper said something like, all in one series, and I had no idea what that meant at the time. Much simpler times. Round of Diamonds says to us, not exactly the first traded update set if you count the 72 high numbers, the 1969 team variations and the 1951 team variations. It is, however, the first traded set to be numbered separately from the base set. I still consider the 1974 Topps set incomplete without it. Well, I believe it's numbered the same. It just says T. That's my take on the traded cards there. They're not numbered separately as you insinuate. So Round of Diamonds back again 1 year later to say still a very affordable vintage set before the price jump begins with the 1973 set. This was the first set made all in one series after a long run of Topps releasing their sets in increments. The set was also made in a factory form for the first time. It also included a separately numbered traded set for the first time, although I consider 72, 69, and 51 to include traded cards numbered within the sets. Overall, a great set. So Round of Diamond, I still take umbrage with what you're saying. The numbers are the same, just with a T. Perhaps I'm not seeing what you're seeing. So consider me in the wrong here, but I still think you got that wrong. That's all part of being stubborn. Prof Scott 63 tells us 74 Tops was my intro to baseball, card collecting. I was 11 years old and living in Oregon. Starting in 1971, Oregon gave you 5 cents for every can or bottle returned to the store. It was a poor child's dream come true. I remember hunting and begging for cans and bottles so that I could turn them in and immediately buy 10-cent wax packs. My favorite team was the Baltimore Orioles, and my favorite player and card was shortstop Mark Belanger, card number 329. I have carried that tattered card with me now for decades, even after selling all my cards in 1994. S. Benjamin says, the first pack of cards I ever opened was in 1974. I was in grade school and won them at my school's fair, Lima Elementary in Media, Pennsylvania. Hey, homeboy, what's up? I was immediately hooked and started collecting. My favorite team became the A's because I liked their uniforms, and Reggie Jackson was my favorite player because I liked his cards pictured the best. They still have their starting lineup memorized. My best friend's favorite team was the Yankees because he had a Yankees hat. So I'd trade him all my Yankees cards for all his A's cards. We'd also trade each other for our traded cards because we didn't understand what they were. We thought they were extra cards that you were supposed to trade. It wasn't until a year later I figured out that the Phillies were my home team. So I've been a Phillies fan and collector ever since. But the 1974 A's cards still bring back great memories of a simpler time in my life. Wonderful story there. Lurks S2 2112. Man, there is all. You know what Lurks is, by the way? Here's a little tidbit for you. Lurks is Alex Lifeson's nickname. So Lurks ST 2112. It's a Rush reference. So as with card collecting, a male-dominated endeavor is Rush as well. After not buying any cards in 1973, I decided to get a box of 1974 Tops at the grocery store. I have a complete set along with most of the Washington variations. I still have the display box also. Don't think I have the display box. 1974 rack pack sold for 39 cents and contained 42 cards. Each included a blue header card. But Topps partnered with some major league teams for a promotional giveaway that included a special team-oriented header card. That's from W.J. Hipwell. 3 V's, 3 E's, 2 R's, and a G tell us that the 2-star team checklists are so far superior to the 1-star team checklists. I can hardly believe someone would collect the 1-star checklists. Whatever, dude. Passe Gaming says, God, I love this set. Another classy top set that kept it simple but caught the eye in all the right ways. Reminds me of the Topps 88 and 89 designs, sets in their designs. It reminds me nothing of those. Dodger fan 74 says, first pack of cards I ever opened, my dad bought me a stack of cards from grocery store in Burbank, California. Cards were 10 cents a pack. Mighty Quinn tells us, I started collecting in 74. 10 cents a pack at A. Andrews Confectionery. Good times. RJK3 tells us that my first year collecting Topps or any cards, I have the whole set now, along with the 1976 set! Exclamation. I love this set. Be right back, 84 says. I remember the packaging wrapper with the white baseball and red background. Purchased most of my cards at High's convenience store in Baltimore. The traded cards were the ones we put in our bicycle spokes. There is John Palashi here is ready to go off, folks. Understanding the 1974 Topps baseball card set. In 1974, Topps released its baseball card set in its entirety instead of by series throughout the summer. So it would not be competing with its football set in the fall. Something it took the company 20 years to figure out. All 660 cards released at once. So no high numbers anymore. There is an asterisk attached to that. The cards were printed on sheets that contained 132 cards. 5 different sheets were printed, totaling 660 cards, which is the number of cards in the set. No double printed or short prints like in the past. The set was advertised as all 660 cards in one series. I had an additional 24 checklist cards, one for each team. These checklist cards can be found in 2 variations, with 1 asterisk or 2 asterisks on the back of the cards. And by the end of the summer, traded cards were released randomly in the baseball card packs. 43 player cards, which numbers were the same as the player regular issued card, but had T before the number plus an unnumbered checklist card. Errors and variations. Card number 654, Jesus Alou, was originally released with his position on the front of the card, without his position on the front of the card. Bob Apodaca is as Apodaco, later corrected. Card 161, Ray Barris's card had the card number printed sideways on the back, not corrected. High number cards. Topps had a policy of taking returns on unsold cards. So by the end of the summer, when most kids' interest waned from baseball and went onto football cards, the last series of baseball cards were not bought as much as the first few series. Topps would take back the unsold cards. Thus, players in the last series would not be as plentiful as others, scarcer, high numbers. That's the asterisk I referred to before. So this brings us to the San Diego Padres debacle. Before the season started, the San Diego team was going to move to Washington. So jumping the gun, Topps released the card of some, not all, of the San Diego players on the cards. That said Washington on the top, but not knowing what the team would be called, the nickname was listed as NATL LEA, the National League, on the bottom. The move fell through and the team stayed in San Diego. Thank you, Ray Kroc. But hold on, there's the strange part. Here's the strange part. Only 15 of the 25 Padre cards were printed with the Washington name on them, including the team name, as well as a multi-4-player rookie card. With this said, and the fact that all cards were released at once, you could get number 1 and number 660 in the same pack. Why isn't there a Washington variation for each San Diego Padre player? Here's a question I could get nobody to definitely answer for me. Example, card number 173, Randy Jones, can be found with both variations. Card 456, Dave Winfield, only was issued at San Diego. Here's my elusive question. If card number 171 and 456 could randomly be found on the same package, did Topps, TOPS, lowercase, knowingly put out San Diego cards and Washington cards at the same time? Or were they MISS space, leading us in thinking that you could get cards at any number, 1 to 660 in each pack? My guess is that although all cards were released at once, only cards from each sheet were mixed together in each pack. So an exhaustive post by John Palashi. Hopefully you have found closure there, John, or the medical treatment that you probably deserve or are owed. RB85 tells us this is by far my favorite set of Topps. I could not disagree more, sir. Gunny Musgrove says, absolutely amazing set that I'm still building, but completely enjoy the design with the large picture and the format of the card backs. Easy to read and categorize due to the larger numbers on the back, unlike some of the latter Topps issues. The team checklist cards with the facsimile autographs are top-notch also. Probably one of the cleanest sets of the 1970s, in my opinion, coming only in second to the 1971 Topps Black Beauties, again, in my opinion. Fair enough, Gunnar Musgrove. First packs I ever bought when I was a kid, says Ed's Cards. I still remember how exciting it was to tear into them and trade my friends for our favorites. 75 set will probably be my favorite. Still get excited opening packs to this day, and hopefully get my grandson interested in a couple years. Thank you, Ed's Cards. Keep on rocking on. Blay Blank 74 says, a master set at ease is my holy grail. IJS. Packaging. Here is the crazy complete set packaging. 1974. Crazy meaning there's the cards are pictured on the front of the box, which is pretty cool. So you get to see what you're getting inside there. Official 1974 complete set, over 700 cards. It tells us every card, every player, every team. One complete set official 1974 baseball picture cards. 10 cents, says the wax box just in front of it. So got a wax box and a set box right there next to each other. The packs, classy at this point, well known. Red with the baseball, Topps baseball trading cards. Bonus team checklist inside with one stick bubble gum. So those packs we've gotten to know. There's the baseball cards, 25 cents, which I guess is the cello packs here. It says all 66 cards now available in one series. I'm not quite sure if artists that drew the front of these boxes quite knew what was going on with baseball, but I haven't seen many players run from first base back to the catcher to be tagged out. So pretty sure that I'm confused there. There's the wax pack in all its glory there. There is a rack pack. I'm not sure how legitimate that is, but there's a rack pack there. Cello pack, 25 cents. One stick of bubblegum, Michael Jack Schmidt on the cover. There's our rack pack there. 42 cards, only 39 cents. Of course, that's down from previous years where I think you were getting 54, 52 cards for 39 cents. So that's the tax you get from being able to buy it all in one series. There's a couple of ad sheets here. There's one for the famous Hobby Card House in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Says Topps 1974 baseball cards, $12.95. Get yours today. Complete 5-series set, 660 cards. $12.95 plus 95 cents postage. Time payment plan. Send $4.20 now and $2.50 payments later. Singles number 1 to 5, $2.75 each. Those are the Hank Aaron's, by the way. Most singles 5 cents each by card number. All players on favorite baseball team is $2.95. So you have your traded set for $1.95. Your Washington cards, each card is $1, so they knew the premium there. 74 football set, $9.95. 73, 74 basketball set, $6.95. 72 baseball set, 787 cards for $16.90. 73 cards, 73 baseball card set of 660 is $13.90. 72 or 73 series are $2.75 each. Price list 20 cents. Smallest order accepted, $1. P.O. Box 15, Department B242, Fort Lee, New Jersey. These people seem to be jumping borders. I could have sworn the last ad I read was from a firm in Connecticut, but it seems like they operate the same way. But what was I looking at here? It's interesting that it calls out series number 1 through 5, $2.75 each. So I guess they were doing their own series there, breaking them up into 120 cards. But as we know, 5 series of 120 cards is not quite 660 cards, according to my calculator. Here is the all Topps 1974 baseball bubblegum picture cards, now in a single series of 660 cards, complete. Single series means higher sales and bigger profits to you all season long. See other side to find out why. One series baseball. Some facts you should know. What does same series baseball mean? It means that kids can collect any one of the 660 cards the first day you put Topps baseball on sale. No longer will they have to wait weeks or months before their favorite player cards are even available. Does one series mean that the total number of cards for 1974 has been reduced? No. The 1974 series is the same size as before, featuring newly designed cards. Plus, this year, we've added team checklists and special feature cards. Another question: how will one series make Topps baseball easier for me to sell? By eliminating multiple series, your inventory is always current. There is only one series, so you can order in larger quantities and avoid costly out-of-stock situations. Why do kids prefer one series? With every card available at once, kids will get less duplicate cards. Therefore, they have a better incentive to collect a complete set, so you know they will keep buying all season long. How will kids learn of the excitement of one series baseball? That information is printed on the front of baseball boxes, so kids will see it on your counter. It is also printed on the back of the baseball wrapper, so kids will surely get the message. Can I really expect one series baseball to lead to higher sales and greater profits? Definitely. We tested the one series card concept and it proved to be far more acceptable to consumers as well as trade. And don't forget, the upcoming record-breaking season promises to be more exciting than ever, with more kids collecting Topps baseball cards than ever before. One series, Topps baseball, available from March to September. Interesting that they call out the record-breaking there, because Hank Aaron, of course, has already been voted the number one all-time home run king prior to actually hitting number 715, and Topps is alluding to that in their marketing brochure as well. Lots of trivia. Let's see here. Factory set available exclusively through this JCPenney catalog. It was available for the 74 cards. A factory set would not be made available again by Topps until 1985. Fran Healy's card, number 238, action photo includes Thurman Munson sliding into home. The Jerry Royce card, number 116, was taken seconds after the photo on his card for the 1973 Topps set. The only difference is the color of the logos have been airbrushed on the 1974 card. So he went from the Astros. Was it the Astros or the Cardinals? He went from the Cardinals to the Pirates but the picture was taken at the Astrodome, I think. Topps traded cards were randomly inserted into the all late run 1974 Topps packs. And the card number for each player is the same as that player's regular card, only appended with a T. Card number 171, Eduardo Rodriguez, is either warming up or intentionally walking Darren Johnson in the bottom of the seventh inning in Oakland in 8-18-73. Bert Campaneris was on third at the time. The A's won 6-3. Reggie Jackson hit number 30. The entire Topps traded set was included with the J.C. Penney's catalog inclusive factory set. This factory set was the first time Topps made an entire set available to purchase as a unit. This set contains the infamous Topps blunder, where they assumed the San Diego Padres were moving to Washington, D.C., and began producing Padres cards with the same name of Washington National League. The late sale to McDonald's founder Ray Kroc kept the team in San Diego, so Topps had to reprint those cards with the Padres name. Any Padres cards produced after 400 were not affected. So Dave Winfield rookie 456 does not have a Washington version. I disagree with that because I believe that there is a rookie card after that, at least, right? Topps All-Star rookie trophies weren't included on the cards of the 1973 winners. Bob Boone, Gary Thomason, Davey Lopes, Stan Dreesen, Jerry Terrell, Gary Matthews, Johnny Grubb, Rich Coggins, Steve Rogers, and Randy Jones. Card backs of the All-Star cards form a picture of Bobby Bonds, the previous season's Midsummer Classic MVP. And that's all of that. So let's get to the cards. One of my favorite cards from my youth is the Hank Aaron all-time home run king, card number 1. And then, of course, we learn about his other cards further as we go in the series here. The first cards number 2 through 6. Jim Hunter's the first real deal there, card number 7, in action, throwing the ball at the Coliseum. I think Reggie might be in the background there, but hard to tell. Anyway, I've done a show on these, and I won't go into them too much further. I do not like the dark green backs again because it is hard for me to read for some reason, the black on the dark green. So not a huge fan of that, but so be it. Gene Tennis, George Thomas Seaver is card number 80, set NL record for most consecutive strikeouts in game with 10 in a row, April 22nd, 1970. Set NL record for most Ks in the season by right-hander in 1971. Led NL and earned run average for the third time in his career in 1973. So his career stats there has made his year-by-year stats. Van Seaver was a dominant pitcher at that point. Running off 16, 16, 25, 18, 20, 27, is it? 21 and 19 wins. So he could throw the ball and strike out a lot of players. So he was 6 foot, 200 pounds, threw right, batted right, 11-17-44. Fresno, California was his birthplace, and Greenwich, Connecticut was his home. Tom enjoys playing bridge. So anyway, that's the 1970, look at that, Joe Ferguson card. That's a nice shot at the Veterans Stadium there, landscape card. Fergie Jenkins' card was always a little weird for me because obviously he was a Cub, but now he was a Ranger, so he is hatless. Anyway, 1974 Topps baseball, kind of in the middle there for me as far as what my feelings are about this set. It's got a lot of cool things, and it's got a lot of things that, well, I shouldn't say a lot of things, just the backs kind of detract my love for this set. But it is kind of classy on the front, and certainly highly collectible and sought after by a lot of collectors in the 70s. So that's it. That's 74 Topps on Basement Tapes number 260.